Jordan Poyer, obviously a free agent. Micah Hyde, who spent the year injured. Jaquan Johnson is a free agent. Dean Marlowe is a free agent. Cam Lewis is a free agent. We brought in Jared Maiden towards the end of the year. And then obviously Damar Hamlin, who, side note on this, the chief medical officer for the NFLPA, for what it's worth, said he 100% believes that Damar Hamlin will return to playing football at some point. I don't know how much stock I put in that. We're obviously still just a few short weeks removed from what happened to Hamlin. Is he in the mix for next year? I don't know. I'm not going to count that chicken right now. But obviously we see this group here that's kind of, as long as Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer have been here together, they've pretty much been primarily healthy together. They only miss a game here or there. And that's been one of the most reliable units on this team, maybe across the NFL. And it's been a great strength to this team. And looking at it now, it's kind of Micah Hyde and what else? And this is the debate for a lot of people has been, are you bringing back Jordan Poyer or are you bringing back Edmonds? And it's kind of the money that you would use for one is going to preclude you from getting the other. And this is kind of where I think Poyer holds more value to me. And I know I'm kind of looking at this a little short-sighted. He's turning the age that Edmonds would be at the end of a 6-year contract. I get that, right? But this position's been such a strength of this team, and you have kind of Micah Hyde right now and nothing behind that. And even at Micah Hyde, I know he was kind of trying to push to come back. There was reports that if we made it one more game, he would have been coming back and starting. I'm not forgetting here that Micah Hyde had a very serious neck injury, and we still haven't seen him play football since that. Now the doctors will clear him. If he's healthy, he's healthy. But there's also a mental side of it it's a neck injury. Like, you're probably pretty close to having been paralyzed, and you're going back out there to play football. I personally think Hyde will be fine. He'll return to being himself. But he's also getting up there in age a little bit. And then when we look at the free agents that we have behind those two players, Jaquan Johnson has been, good on special teams. He came in to replace Hyde at safety when he went down, and Jaquan Johnson got replaced by Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin came in, and I thought he played pretty well. He had some, younger player mistakes and moments. Those are fine. Those happen. But when Hamlin went down, it wasn't Jaquan Johnson that came back in to replace him. They went out and brought in Dean Marlowe, who had spent time with the Bills in the past. But Dean Marlowe became the starter over Jaquan Johnson. So that doesn't give me too much optimism for him moving forward. He's had his time to be with the team and develop, and coming in to be valuable depth, it didn't really work out. Marlowe was brought in on a 1-year deal. He's getting up there in years. I don't know if you bring him back as some sort of insurance policy, but it's not screaming, high-level starter to me. And then Cam Lewis is listed as a safety on the depth chart right now. I know that there was some toying with trying him at safety, trying to move him off cornerback. I've also seen this floated around with could Benford play safety? All that's kind of fine and dandy to have as a backup plan to me. Some cross-training if you have 2-3 injuries happen like we did this past season. But, I mean, you're you're talking about going from a top pairing of safeties in the league to maybe these undrafted free agents and 6th, 7th round picks. Maybe they can cross train over to safety. Now, if there is a defensive staff that could coach up the cornerbacks and safeties to get them to that spot, I would have faith in the Bills staff to do it. But I think if you're letting Poyer walk, the best case scenario here is we're spending a fairly high pick at safety and we're still starting a rookie, or we're doing the thing where we have to let them earn their time and maybe Dean Marlowe's starting week 1 or something like that.